What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Ride Dad channel video, or welcome if it's your first time. Either way, very glad to have you. We're talking about all the upgrades I have done to date on my Lowrider S, but before we can do that, we gotta roll that intro.
Riding down a YouTube channel, it's the Riding down a YouTube channel, it's the Riding down a YouTube channel, it's the Riding down a
It's the Riding Dad. Ooh, so catchy. All right, go ahead and right now give me a thumbs up if you appreciate that intro. I'd really appreciate it. All right, what we are talking about is my upgrades. I did a video like this last year, pretty much right before my Tail of the Dragon trip last year. And now I'm doing another one this year, 2021 update, because I've changed a lot of stuff on the bike, and I've also added a bunch of stuff on the bike, including a Stage 2. I have a whole video talking about the Stage 2, one of my most recent videos, so I'll go ahead and put the link, whatever side, I forget what it is, left or right or whatever. I'll put that up right now. But there at the video description in this, there's going to be a link for the playlist, as well as if you just go to it yourself. But on my YouTube channel, there is a playlist, and every install video and every review video is in different playlists and everything. But you can see every single thing I've done to this bike that has a video on it, which is probably at least 95% of everything I've done to this bike. I think to talk about this, let's do a little bit of a change of scenery. Let's go outside. Alrighty, so here we have it, my 2020 Harley Davidson Lowrider S. I'm going to try my very best to get through absolutely everything that's on this bike, from kind of top to bottom, front to back. First off, we are going to start off with my tires. So my tires, I'm currently running Metzeler Cruise Techs. I love them. Stock wheels, stock brakes, everything like that. I have, and again, everything is pretty much in its own video if you're going to look at any of the stuff or whatever, in the playlist, which is link in the description, as always. This is a cheaper Amazon Lite, however, it is really good. Don't be discouraged by the price or anything. It has a full-time running halo. You can turn on or off to be, you know, with only your brights or not. Love that light. Amazon bucket. I got the Moons MC adapter for the Lowrider S specifically, because that is a gigantic mess to try to get any kind of different lights on without the fairing. Obviously, I don't have the fairing. I've tried some other ones, and I just decided that I did not want a fairing anymore. I like the look. It's a little different, you know, kind of my own thing or whatever. Thrash and Supply handlebar bag and tool bag that's attached to the handlebar bag. I love these. Speaking of handlebars, we got the stock bars with a built well riser. This is the 8-inch riser. It's the Murdoch. It's pullback. Love it. Great. I did have to do a Magnum shielding plus either 4 or 6, I can't remember, clutch cable, and then brake cable or brake line. I did a +2, and then they require, if you're keeping the lower on the ABS models, the kind of adapter thing, if you're keeping all that stock and just doing the top line, they require an ABS adapter. They call it their designer ABS adapter or whatever. So I got that, as well as the brake line, obviously, because you had to. I have Flow Motorsports adjustable levers. I love these things, make it feel like a sport bike, and they're springy because they're like anti-crash or whatever, and adjustable, almost infinite adjustability. Love these things. Moons MC, I believe these are the V2s, but they're sequential turn signals / running lights. Full-time all bright white running, and then when they change to turn signals, they are sequential. So the inner ring, then the middle, then the outer, it'll, you know, gradually, almost like Mustang headlights, or tail lights rather. So those are really good. Got the Bung King crash bar for the front, the high crash bar, and I have a from Harry's Custom or Harry San Diego. I can't. The names are always different or whatever. I always get them confused, but I have the custom oil cooler screen with my logo. Another thing from Harry's Custom around here is the Power Vision mount. I have a DynoJet Power Vision that I'm running my tunes and some gauges for. I have RAM mounts here on the left mount. I have a phone, well, my phone, on a RAM mount, 2 quad lock mount. I love these quad lock. The case is even good, especially for the new style. Just that's how easy. It's very. I have an anti-vibration on these as well, because I have a new iPhone and they're a lot of money, so I want to protect them. Lid locks, helmet lock, I purchased from Speed Kings, but really good, hasn't failed me yet. I use it a ton, out in the rain and everything. Love it. TomTom, I think this is like the Go Rider or whatever. I don't have this on full time. It is removable. It's hardwired, so it turns on when the bike is on, turns off when the bike is off, unless you override that. But I have this on the mount on my GoPro mount. I'm sorry, not a GoPro mount, on a Ram ball mount. And it is, obviously, as you can see, quick detach and locks in both the horizontal and vertical positions. I have the ODI Heart Luck grips, the waffle texture. These grips feel amazing. And I do actually have the metal, it's aluminum or metal, whatever it is, with the Teflon coating throttle tube from ODI as well. Super nice, feels like you got grease in there, whatever. It's super smooth. Stock tank and everything. Green Brothers shift linkage. Let's zoom in so you can see that puppy. Green Brothers shift linkage, Flow Motorsports pegs, and also shifter and brake pegs, and shift lever and brake lever. You'll see on the other side as well. I have a bare knuckle performance, hopefully you can see that from the angle, bare knuckle performance kickstand extension, and I needed that because I have an RWD RS1 shock for the rear that bumps the height up about 1.5 inches or whatever. Bung King rear peg crash protection, passenger peg sliders. I love these, and then I extended these with, I think it's like a replacement Dyna Delrin slider or whatever, but I extended those. Chain kit from Speed King's stock main sprocket, and then rear sprocket on with the 55, black obviously, and then I went with their 9-spoke, whatever, not the Star. You can barely see it on my bike anyway with the bags, and then a gold chain, obviously. Running FXR Division saddlebags. I did have them wrapped. It's not a paint, but it's a wrap. They don't come in that shiny black. And then an SDC Pro gripper seat with backrest. Love this seat. And then that red wire is I actually replaced. Most Harleys for the past like 15-20 years or whatever have been coming with the battery tender attachment lead. I switched it out for a NOCO lead. We'll get into that in a separate video. We'll talk about that later. I have a locking seat bolt from Whiplash Speedco, a custom plate, specifies, you know, Riding Dad, because I'm pretty cool like that. A Moons MC V2, I believe it's the V2. They used to have a V3, or they do have a V3 right now, but that is the V2, a integrated turn signal and rear light, all in one. Love this guy as well. Harry's San Diego, Harry's Custom, whichever one is, turn signal block off plate, small, but I want to make sure I do talk about it. Currently running a TBR 2-in-1 Comp S exhaust in the black, possibly getting a new one in the future just to squeeze out a little bit more power, a little bit longer of a one, but we'll talk about that in another video. There you see the Flow Motorsports stuff going on right there. Trask Assault air cleaner with external breather kit. External breather is currently in a hose that goes through both of the jugs and down in between where the primary and the transmission case is and everything, and just vents to the atmosphere as well right now, because I don't really have much mist nowadays anyway, and that is because that's the Checkmate from Trask. Transmission top cover made to reduce excessive crankcase pressure before it even gets here. Does a great job. I currently have that routed to, instead of a filter that it comes with, I just put I had a catch can laying around, so I put a catch can and it's behind this cover, and then I can quantitatively see how much, if any, mist is coming out of there, as well as that catch can is a little bit smaller than the filter that comes with it, so for my specific bike setup, it worked better for where I wanted to mount it. Stage 2, internal. So you can see that I have the Quickie push rods, black Quickie push rods from SNS. I also have the SNS oil pump and the SNS cam plate and the SNS precision lifters. I did go ahead and keep the stock tappet cuffs at the recommendation of my mechanic, and I went ahead and put a Jim's V-Twin 821 cam in there, making about 124 torque and 118 horsepower, stock intake and throttle body and everything. So that is pretty good power if you ask me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else on here that I have forgotten, and I do not believe so. If there is something else that I have forgotten, right about now you'll see a black screen and it'll list what I have forgotten, but I think that's it. So back to the garage we go. All right, so that is everything I have done to my Lowrider S M8 Softail as of 2021, as of July 2021. The reason I was trying to do this now and I didn't wait till like the end of 2021 in case I do anything different is because this is how the bike is going to be in my Tail of Dragon video. So if you're watching this as it comes out, the Saturday that it comes out, it would be I would be home already, but I'm gonna be getting home late Friday. I'm a week prior. I schedule my videos, you know, prior and everything, so they upload correctly and they're timed or whatever. But I would have just finished my Tail of the Dragon trip. We're making it an annual thing now. Fingers crossed we can keep doing it because it's an awesome trip. This year, me and Motos and Mullets just went. Was just a bros trip. I'm sure I saw some of you guys there and handed out some stickers, so if you were there, I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm gonna be a couple weeks worth of editing. I'll do same kind of thing I did last year, a completely unedited start to finish with audio, like outside audio, natural audio of the Tail of the Dragon. I know people appreciate that sometimes if they don't want edited stuff, they want to see what it's actually like if they're thinking about going or, you know, just wondering what to expect. So I'm definitely going to do that again of one of our runs of the Tail of Dragon. And then I'll do some editing of the trip in general because it's fun. So yeah, I appreciate you guys very much for watching. Again, the thumbs up on this video, I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, your life must be a mess. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on post notifications so you never miss one of my videos. They're always on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Florida time. And until the next time, guys, ride safe, have fun. Dad out.